And it's a great joy for me when I visit different churches, because every weekend I am going to visit churches of my students and I'm speaking gospel. We are doing evangelistic services and people are coming to the Lord. And also I recruit new students to come to study to the seminary, so it works like both ways. And it's a joy for me that every church where I'm going, I always see my students or graduates who graduated our seminary, and it's a joy for us that they're in full-time ministry.
Great. I want to go back and ask you, what, how were you selected to come to America to study?
To come to America. Yeah, it was not easy, you know. I know it's a providence of God, you know. God selected me first, you know, in my mother's womb. But we had few conditions, you know, who can go to study to U.S., to Moody Bible Institute. And one condition is that person's supposed to be at least 5 years in ministry. And I already was in ministry more than 5 years, because I started to preach gospel after I repented from, 1982. I was baptized next year in 1983, and immediately they asked me to preach. So I was preaching in the church, and I was youth pastor of my church from 1983 up to 1990, so for 7 years. And the requirement was that the person who is going to study in Moody Bible Institute is supposed to be in ministry at least 5 years. Another requirement, it's supposed to be small family. And God gave us just one child. Of course, we wanted to have more, but God gave us just one child, and we appreciate for that, as you know. And because why small family? Because some Christian families are large. People have, especially in the past, people had like 6 kids, 8 kids, and for husband to leave, because we're supposed to go by ourselves without our families. Government will not allow us to go with the family because they're afraid if you'll go with the family, we'll stay in America and never come back. So they kept family. And you need to go by yourself. But of course, if it's a large family, it will be difficult for them to survive without husband, So it's supposed to be small family, and I had just one child. Next requirement, they're supposed to have, university education. And in these days, not many people was able to study in university, because if you're a Christian, if you grew up in a Christian home, they will never, ever accept you to study in university. And this is why they always say, well, Christians, they're uneducated. Well, they're uneducated because they didn't allow them to study in universities or colleges. But because I came to the Lord not from Christian home, but from non-Christian home, so I was able to finish my university, and after I accepted Jesus, so I had a university education before I came to the Lord. And this is why I met all these requirements. I was in ministry more than 5 years, I had small family, and I had university education. So they find out 5 people like that, and this is why we had a group of 5 people who came to study to Moody Bible Institute. And I was wondering why English wasn't a requirement, because I didn't speak English. I know it's from the Lord, because if English would be a requirement, I will be not able to go.
Okay, all right. Can you talk about some of the distinctives of Irpin Biblical Seminary?
Irpin Biblical Seminary is the first seminary in Ukraine, because we started right away after independence of Ukraine. In 1991, it was an independence of Ukraine, and we started in 1991 with help of Bob Provost, Slavic Gospel Association, with help of Yakov Kuzmich Duhonchenko. He used to be a president of Baptist Union, and with help with Alexei Gavrilovich Brinza, my father-in-law. We started seminary, and as I said, it was first seminary in Ukraine. And right now, it's the largest seminary in Ukraine because we have over 400 students. And also uniqueness of European Seminary because we have international acknowledgement of Association of Accreditation with TMI. So we are members of TMI accreditation system.
Who is TMI?
It's the Masters Academy International. Yeah. There's the Accreditation Association of Conservative Schools, and we are a part of this accreditation system. And the uniqueness of European Seminary is that 95% of our graduates are in full-time ministry because we are a practical-oriented seminary, not theory-oriented, but practical-oriented. And all our subjects, what students are